In order to subscribe to my channel, please click here or click here. Please share, comment and like my videos and channel. Hello guys, welcome to SaaS with ServiceNow. This is our second session of ServiceNow practical use cases. In this session, we will talk about 5 use cases of business rules. Scenario 1. When a story record is created, then it should automatically create 4 different Scrum tasks, records of development, testing, analysis, and documentation. So let's see this requirement in my personal developer instance. So you can go to Agile application where you can see the stories module. Now here you will see the list of stories. So the requirement is whenever I create a new story. So if I click on this new button and just type test here and click on save. So whenever a new story is created, and if you go little bit bottom here, you will see Scrum task related list. So as of now, it is not creating any Scrum task automatically, but that's a requirement. So if you click on this new button, that's a manual creation of Scrum task. But you can see here we have 4 types of Scrum task. Now this is something you have to create automatically whenever story is created. At the same time, while creating these Scrum tasks, you also need to populate short description as the same type you have here, like analysis, documentation, coding, and testing. So that's something you have to populate here. Now, in order to fulfill this requirement, because the condition is that whenever story is inserted in the story table, then it should create these 4 Scrum tasks. In that case, we will write a business rule on story table and we will create these 4 Scrum tasks automatically. So let's go to stories. From here, I will go to business rules and I will click on new button so that I can create a new business rule. Here is the form for new business rule. And now I will make it a little bit large. Here I will provide a name. So name can be create Scrum tasks, and I will check this box. It will open the advanced option here where we can write the script, and I will go here. Condition I can select after insert. So this is the condition we can select. And now I will go to advanced, and here I will make it full screen and I will make it a little bit large so that you can see the script properly, and we will start writing the script. Now, before we start anything of creation of those Scrum tasks, first you need to create a variable where you can store those 4 values. How can we do that? For that, I will create an array. So for that, I will do var type. Now we will follow the basically sequence we have. How exactly I can see the sequence? For that, I need to go to same stories. And you also need to know the table name. So I will open it in new tab. So let me open this one. And if I go a little bit bottom, here we have Scrum task. I will click on create new, and I will just try to go to this field dictionary. I will click on configure a dictionary. Here I have dictionary, and if I go a little bit bottom here, you can see we have all these choices, starting with analysis, coding, documentation, testing. The backend value we have for these choices are 1, 2, 3, 4, which is something we have to use in our script. So let's start. First, we have to populate these values, capture these values in an array: analysis, coding, documentation, testing. So if I go to my script, here I will start with analysis, comma, coding, comma, documentation, comma, and then we have testing. Let's just verify. Yep, that's what we have. That's it. Now what exactly we have to do, because we have to create 4 records. So we can't just create one record because we have to use loop. In that case, we will use loop. Now for that, we will use for loop. So I will do I equal to 0, semicolon, I less than type dot length, length, and then I can do I plus plus. Now we are going to loop because we will create 4 records. So we will write a script which will create 1 record, and then with the help of this loop, it will create 4 records. And how exactly we will create it? So we have to insert it. For that, we will do var, we will create a glide record variable. So we will do new glide record. Now here we have to mention the table name in which we have to create the record, and that is a Scrum task table. So I will go to dictionary here, and we have to see, I think this is not the real table because this is inheriting those choices. So let's go to our table. So I will go to stories again. So here we have stories, and if I go to any story and I go a little bit bottom here, and I will just click on create new so that I can just see the table name. So the table name here, you can see it says rm underscore scrum underscore task. So now I will go to my script again, and I will put the table name rm underscore scrum underscore task. So this is the table name. Now you have to initialize basically this variable. So we will do gr dot initialize semicolon. Now we will populate the fields we have. We will basically push the value. Now we have to push short description. So what we will do, short underscore description. Now that should be basically the first array object here, the one value we have here. So in that case, what we will do, we will just type, and I can just do I. So in this case, it will automatically push the value, and then it will keep on looping it. So that means first value will become here analysis, then coding, documentation, testing. Now you can see we have written these, basically we have created these array in sequence. That means the sequence we have in choice. So in this case, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I cannot use this I here in order to push that value. If I will push I, it will push 0, which we don't have that value in our choice field here at the bottom. You don't have 0 here. So in that case, how exactly you can achieve that? What you can do, you have to create another variable j, and I will do equal to, and I can do I plus 1. Now what I need to do, I just will do gr dot type equal to, and I will make it j, because it will do 0, because I is 0, it will add it, and then it will push it here. But what we will do, we will also add a string here, so that it should not, I think, create any kind of problem, so that it will directly push that string value. So I will just do semicolon here. So it is done. I think we have given the choice, we have given the short description, and now I will just do gr dot, here we have insert. So I will do semicolon. I think our script is ready, and I will click on save. So our business rule is created, it is saved. Now we will do testing. In order to do testing, I will go to stories module again. So we have stories. And if I click on this new button, it will create a new story record, but at the same time, it should create those 4 records as well. So I will do test for Scrum task. I will click on save. And if I go bottom, it has not created it. What is the reason behind it? The reason is Scrum tasks are created, but you have not populated which story you have to assign those Scrum tasks. So what you can do, you just go to business rule now. You have to go to your business rule, and that's another field you have to populate. Sometimes developers do these kind of mistakes. So you have to remember, because you have to tag that particular value, the current story which you are going to create, which you are creating basically. So in this case, I will do gr dot, and then we have a field. If I go to here, the field is story. Now this is the field I'm talking about. And if I go here and I do gr dot story equal to, I just need to do current dot sysID. That's it. Well, that's a reference field. We can just populate the sysID. We can push the sysID, and I will save it. So let me just make it a little bit zoom first so that you can see the script. So we have just added this particular line in the code, and now I am just saving it. So it is saved. Now this time it will definitely create those 4 Scrum tasks. So let's do the testing. So I will go to stories. I will just create new, and I will give test for Scrum tasks. I will click on save. Now you can see it is taking a little bit more time because it is first reading. It has a business rule which it has to process. Not that much time, but it took some time. That means your business rule ran successfully. So if we'll go a little bit bottom here, and you can see that all the 4 Scrum tasks have been created without any issue. There was just one line you have to add, because so that you can relate, you can refer that particular story and how exactly it has referred. So if I open this Scrum task, you will see your story is referred here, the test for Scrum task. So that means this Scrum task is related to this particular story, and you also have short description as same as type. So this is how you can achieve this kind of requirement, not only for your stories table, not only for your agile application, but for any tables. This kind of requirement, if you get where you have to create multiple records, you can use loop where you have to create record in a different table. This is how you can initialize it and then create some records in the system. Scenario 2. There should be a field on problem form which should show the number of incident records associated with the same problem. Let me show you this requirement first in my personal developer instance. So here is my personal developer instance. Now, if you will go to problem form, let me open any existing problem form. So maybe I will open this one. Now here we don't have any field. So there should be a field which should show that how many incident records are associated with this problem. That's count you have to always update. Now, how exactly you can achieve this? So the high level, I would say solution would be that whenever incident record will have any problem attached, it should automatically update the count in this new field. That's kind of logic you have to implement. How can we achieve this? With the help of business rule again. And before writing that business rule, first we will create that particular field on problem form. Now, let me just tell you one thing. It might happen that there are some fields already available, there are some functionalities already available, but that does not mean that I'm duplicating it. I am just giving the demo, I'm just showing you the examples that how can you achieve the practical use cases, how can you see the practical use cases for these kind of requirements. So it might happen that similar requirement might be available in ServiceNow out of the box maybe. So before that, let me do one thing. Before writing that business rule, I will create a new field on problem form, and that will be form layout. Here I will create, and maybe I will do associated incidents. That's a field name we have Now we will make it integer. It's a count. It's a count we have to show. So we will make it integer and I will do add. It will be here. And now I will make it above problem owner field and I will click on save. So this field will be added. Click on close. So you can see it has this field associated incidents. Now we have to write business rule now, but on what table? Incident table or problem table? So the answer is you have to write that business rule on incident table, because that's what you are going to update. You are going to refer a problem record with incident. So what I will do, I will go to incident. So I will just open a random list. I will go to business rules and then I will create a new business rule. So I will click here. I will provide a name, count of incident on problem. We will check this box, advanced. Now, when exactly you will run this? What condition would be the triggering for this business rule? So the triggering would be after insert or update. So whenever you are going to insert any new incident or you are going to update, but there is a check and that condition is problem field. So we have a problem field where you actually associate any problem record with any incident. So in that case, problem is not empty. That is the first condition. And, or I think it should be or. I think you can just keep and problem changes. That means this field is getting changed and it is not empty. We will go to advanced tab now. Here we have a script. So we will make it big screen. So we have its full screen now and I will zoom it again so that you can see the script. Now the requirement is that whenever I am associating any new problem, it should automatically update the count. So in that case, what I will do, I will write here where gr equal to new glide record. I think the table we have for problem is problem, and I will do gr dot. Now here we have to find that particular problem which is associated with the incident. So what for that we will do gr dot add query, and we can do sys underscore id, the sys id of the problem and the field we have on incident table. So that is current dot problem id. So this is the problem record reference field. So that means it will search for that particular problem and then gr dot query, and I can do if next. So if it found the problem, same problem record, it will do gr dot next, and then I can do gr dot. So we have to put that new field. So if I go to the problem, let me go to the problem form and just get the name of that field. Now here's the field. So if I think I have to make it a little bit smaller, and if I right click here, we have this field U associated incidents. So I will do show and I will copy this, cancel this one, come here, make it a little large. And now I will do gr dot associated incidents, and I will do one thing here. Now you have to add a count. Now if you will add a count, directly if you will put, for example, 1. But in this case, every time whenever you will add a problem, it will always show 1, 1. But you have to add it with the existing one, the existing value you have in that particular field. So what we will do whatever we have in that particular field. So we will do like we will just copy this one, and I will do just +1, because whenever incident is created or updated with that particular problem, then it should automatically update it. Now you will think that if it basically, and the main point is that it should change that problem field as well, then only it should update the count. Now it might happen that user might update the same incident, it might happen, but in that case, that's checked you can also put. But as of now, we are just doing like this. So I'm just doing U association +1, and I think it should be good. But for that, I will just do gr.update so that it can update the problem record. And now I will click on save. So new business rule is created to count the incidents. In that case, I will go here. I will go to, let's say we will come here, and we have this particular incident. So I'm opening it, and I will go to related records. Now this is the field which I was talking about. So if I add a problem record here, let's see this one, and I click on save. So I'm updating it. So it will run the business rule. The reason behind it, because we are changing the value and it is not even empty. And if you will open this particular problem record, so it did not update. So associated incidents did not update. New glide record, add query current dot problem ID. I think this is something we did mistake here. So this should be gr.next, not new record. So yeah, these are sometimes I think we do syntax mistakes. So I will save it, and I'm sure this time it should definitely update the count. So maybe I will open this one this time. That's okay. I will come here and I will add a problem record, maybe this one. And if I click on save, so I have associated that problem record with this incident. And if I go to this problem record, absolutely. So you can see that it has added 1 here. Now, this is the problem. So let me copy this and let me go to any other incident so that I can show you how exactly it is increasing the count. So maybe I will open this one. I will go little bit bottom. I think it has already that problem. Maybe let me just update this one, but that's what we want. So I'm going to change this. I will save this particular form. This is saved. And now I will go to this problem record. Awesome. You can see that now the count is 2 because you have added this problem to another incident as well. And if you will go a little bit bottom, you can see we have 2 incident records associated with this problem. You don't have to go down basically at the bottom to see the number of records. You can just directly see here. So this is how you can fulfill the requirement if you get this kind of requirement from your customer or clients. Scenario 3. If all the catalog task requests are closed completed, then request item should automatically be closed. So if I go to my personal developer instance, and if I go to service catalog, here we have items and here we have catalog task. So if I open just item list, we have this request items. And if I go at the bottom, now if I see this one, I think this is already closed complete, but let's say I'm making it work in progress. So, and if I go to request item again, and if I go here and open that catalog task and I just make it close complete. So whatever task we have for a request item, whenever those catalog tasks are getting close complete, it should automatically update the value of state field on request item as closed complete. So this is the requirement, the scenario 3 we are talking about. So how exactly you can achieve this requirement? In order to achieve that, you have to write a business rule on catalog task table. So what I will do, I will go here and just go to directly to business rules for catalog task. So that's what we have, catalog task here. I will click on new. I will give it a name. So maybe update state of RITM when closed. Now, when to run, when exactly you want to do that. Now, this is something you have to do when you are updating it. So I'm just checking this box advanced. And when we are doing after, so after update and state equal to close complete. Now this should not happen for one, because in one request item you might have multiple catalog tasks as well. So you cannot do it just for one record. You have to make sure when all the tasks are completed, closed completed, then only you should make the state field of request item as closed complete. So in that case, we will go here. And what you have to do, you have to basically do a loop. You have to check whether all the tasks are closed completed or not. So what exactly you will do, so whenever a catalog task will be changed to close completed, that's what you are doing here. So whenever state is, or maybe you can do changes to, or I think it should be fine. We are just updating it, and state is close complete. So in that case, what I will do, I'll do where gr equal to new glide record. Now we have to check first in Scrum and this catalog task table. So for that, we will do sc underscore task, and we will do gr.add query. Now what exactly you want to check? Now wherever that request item is available, which is basically on catalog task form as well, this one, and the name of the field is request underscore item. So what I will do here, I will do request underscore item. That means that basically the field we have to check, that is on catalog task, and we will do comma current dot request item. So this is the field we have. You have to match that value, and then I will do gr dot. Now here we have to check the state as well. So for that we will do gr dot add query, and I can do state. Now state should be 3. So that means that is something we have to check. Do we have any record where state is 3? And so every time you make it close complete. And here we will do gr dot query. So state is 3, that means closed complete, and it has same request item which is part of this catalog task where we are writing the story. That is the current catalog task which is getting updated with close complete. And now I'm going to do a query, and now here I will do if gr dot next Now, if I do not have any record, so in that case, I have to do not here. That means there is no record. So if I'm not getting any record, so if state is 3 and I have request item, so if all the records are like that, if I'm not getting any record here, so but if I'm not getting any record, I think you should make it not equal to, then only you can do that. Because if you will select state is 3, that means all are close complete. So in that case, if you will have any record where you will have close complete, then you don't have to update that record. So in that case, if we don't have any, so what I will do not equal to, and I will do comma. So we will make comma here. So basically state is not equal to 3, and then if I have next, or maybe I think you can also do one thing, that if you have all the records completed, so if you have even a single record, but in this case you shouldn't get even a single record, that means all the catalog tasks are closed completed. So in that case, I am not getting any record, so not equal to close completed. In that case, if there is no record where state is not close completed, then only I have to update that particular request item. How exactly I will do that? I can just directly go to gr item, and I can do gr item. It's another variable we are creating. We will do gr item, and I can do new glide record, and we will go to request item table. Now, what is that table? We can check it from here. I will open the record, and if I will go here, sc underscore request underscore item, so I can do sc underscore req underscore item, and then I can do gr item dot, we have to find the same request item. So I will do sys id, here we will do comma, and then I can put gr dot, say maybe I will do just current. That's something we can do. We can do current dot request item. So if I have same request item, I can do gr item dot query. If I'm able to find that, then I will do gr item dot, I think I have not made it full screen and I have not made it bigger, so I will do that now. And then here I will do next. So that means if it found the record, it would update it, because we do not have any record where state is not completed, close completed. So in that case, I will do, if here I can just mention gr item dot state equal to, and I can just make it 3. That's it. I think this is the right script. I think let's just validate if everything is good. So we are glide record, we are doing glide record on sc task table. We are querying it, request item, if it's the same request item or not. We are checking if all the tasks, that means all the tasks where we have this request item, are those all close completed. So if not, that means if state is not true, that means there's no record where state is not 3. That means if it is, that means we are not getting any record, that there's no record available, then only I have to update it. If there is a record, then it should not update it, because that means there is still task which is still open. So I will make it save. So I'm saving this business rule now, and we will test it. So in that case, I will go here and we can just open the same task and let's see what exactly it does. as of now it's close completed, so maybe I will just make it open. It's open now. Nothing happened on this particular form as well. And then I will go to task here and I will make it close complete. Now whenever I will do that, that business rule will run. I'm saving it and let's see if it is updating. So if I reload it, it is not pushing the value here. And I think if I will come here, the reason it is not doing that, because we are not putting a command to update it, because that's a different table. So in that case, what do you have to do? You have to do gr item dot update. Now this will update the record. So I will save this. This is done. And if I go here, I will make it open again. I will save this. If I come here, reload it, nothing happened. You can see state is still open. And now I'm coming here, and if I make it close complete and I'm trying to save it, if I'm doing that, and if I go to my file, yes, you can see that state of request item got changed. That means it did not have any other catalog task where state was not close complete, and that's the reason it just make it close completed automatically. Now in order to make sure that it is also working with basically one or more tasks, in that case you can create one more catalog task. So what I can do, I can just make it work in progress. Let's save this. And I think I'm not able to create a new task here. It is not allowing me to do that. But in that case, let me check if I can just do something to create it. Let me reload it. If I'm reloading it, it is in work in progress. I think for that we have to create a new request. So what I can do, maybe I will just go to any form, catalog form basically. So we will go to service catalog, and if I go to maintain items, we have, I think, multiple requests here, and maybe I have this sample item, but I don't know how many records it will create. Maybe let's see something else. We have this Acrobat. Let's see if I can just create it and how many records it will create. Like records means catalog task and items. If I go to try it and I just do order now, so it is created. I will directly go to request item. Here we have request item, and here we have catalog task. Now what I will do, I will create a new catalog task as well. So I will do short description and I will submit it. Now in this case, I will open these catalog tasks in new tabs, both one, and I will just close the old one. So we have this request item and we have these two catalog tasks. Let me just first close complete this one. If I do close complete this one, does it close it? If I go here, no, it is not doing any activity here because there's still one catalog task open. And if I go here and if I make it close complete now and click on save, you will see the magic. If I come here, you can see it says close complete. That means both the tasks are closed and I have this close complete state updated. Now this is something happening because of some workflow in the backend for this particular catalog item, but overall our aim was to update this particular state field. So and it is updating, it is making close complete whenever all the catalog tasks are getting close completed. So this is how you can achieve this kind of requirement which we mentioned in scenario 3. Scenario 4. User should not be able to resolve the incident if change record mentioned in change request field is not closed. Let's see this requirement in my personal developer instance. So the requirement is, if I go to incident form and if I just open any record, let's say this one, and if I go a little bit bottom, now here you will see this field called change request. Now if I add any change request here, maybe this one, and if I save this, and if I try to open this particular record in a new tab, let's see the state of this change. Now state is still new, it is not closed. Now this is the change request. Now if I talk about ITIL perspective, process perspective, if you're associating a change request, that means in order to resolve this incident, you are going to create this change and implement it. And this incident is still open. And if I'm trying to resolve it, so let's say I'm going to resolve it and I'm clicking on save. It says following mandatory fields. Okay, I will fill the mandatory fields. I will make it mandatory now, and change is still there. And if I save this, I'm saving it. You can see state is updated with resolve state, even if the change was not implemented. And if I go here and reload it, state is still new. Basically, it is not implemented yet. So in that case, the thing is, you have to make sure that state of the change is closed when you are going to resolve incident. User basically should not be able to resolve it until change is closed, completed successfully. So for that, what we will do, we have to make sure that state should be updated properly. So if I go to choice of state field of change request table, and if I go here and I have this change request, I will make it show matching. I have this closed here, you can see. So basically the value is 3. So the state value is 3, then only you should be able to resolve that incident. So what I will do, I will go to my incident, and here we will create a business rule. So I will directly go to business rule and I will click on new, and we will just mention here about resolution if change is not closed. In that case, let's see if we have to write the script for this. Now here, before updating, so that is basically the triggering condition of this business rule. So we are going to do before updating, and change request is not empty. So that means change request is not empty, and we are also doing state is, maybe we can do change to resolved. So if I'm making it resolved, and in that case, I have to check whether the record associated with this particular incident record is closed, the change record which is associated. So in that case, do we have to write the script? If I check here action, I think I can directly check it as well. So if I will update it and change request is not empty, let's say if I can do it directly with this condition. So maybe I will do change request. Can I do show? Yes, we can do show related records. And if I do state, so maybe we'll do change request, we'll go to change request field here. I think in this case we don't have to write a script. And if I go to state, here we have state, and I can just mention here closed is not closed. is not closed, and if it is changing this resolved and is not closed and change request is not empty, in that case I will go to action here and I will do abort action. If you want to add message, I will do that. Associated change is not closed yet. And if I'm clicking on save, let's see if it works. So I will go to maybe any incident record, maybe this one. I think it's already resolved, but we have to go to any not resolved one. So maybe this one. And if I come here and if I just select maybe any change, I hope it is not closed. It should not here, because I think you should not be able to attach any I think closed change, but it depends. So in that case, I will just save it first. It shouldn't do anything. And now I'm going to resolve it. So if I click on save, okay, it is asking me to put these fields. And now I'm clicking on save. It says, okay, action aborted. It says invalid update. Associated change is not closed yet. And if I reload it, you can see the state went back to the same state which it was earlier. That means the previous value. That means this change record is not closed yet. So you have to make it close completed, then only you can do that. Now you can see that we were able to achieve this functionality without writing script. But if you want to achieve this kind of functionality, you just need to go to advanced tab. You have to enable it. You have to write a script. You have to basically do glide record. You have to search for that particular change record, and then you have to check whether the value is closed completed 3 or not. If the value is not 3, in that case you can just abort the action with the script as well. So this is how you can achieve this kind of functionality if you will get this kind of requirement from your customer or clients. So this was scenario 4. Scenario 5. If users updates work notes of problem task, then it should update same work notes in parent problem record as well with highlighting problem task number. So let's take a look what exactly this requirement is and how can you fulfill this requirement with the help of business rule. So this is my personal developer instance. So the requirement is, if I go to problem and I just open any problem record, let's say this one. In this case, if I will go to problem task, so we have these problem tasks in the related list, and if I create any problem task, so I am just creating a problem task and I'm just submitting it. Now the requirement is, if I open this problem task and I have this work notes, whenever type any work notes here and I save it, I post it, then this work note should automatically be populated in the work notes of parent problem record. That means here. As of now, you can see that it's not doing like that, but you have to put it over there. How can you do that? So for that, what we need to do, we need to go to problem task table. And we need to create a business rule on problem task table, not on problem record. So I will click on create new. So we are going to create new business rule. This is the new form of business rule. So I will give it a name. So maybe update work notes to parent. I will make this advanced checkbox active. And now when exactly you should do that? We should do that after, once I am done with the updation. So I will do update, and this thing should happen. So I will put the condition that when exactly this business rule should trigger. So I will do that work notes changes. So whenever I'm adding any work notes, it should trigger this business rule when I'm updating anything. So in that case, I will go to advanced. Now, how exactly I can push those work notes on problem record? So what I can do, let me make it full screen and a little bit bigger. So we will write our code now. I will start with, because I have to get the work notes first. So whenever it is changing, so what I can do, just create a variable. So I will do work notes. Maybe I will do in caps work notes, and I will do equal to, here I will do current dot. Now here you have to first take work notes, but whatever the last work note you have, that is something you have to push to parent problem record. In that case, I will do work notes, and I will do get journal entry. So I don't think we have that particular element API here. So I will do journal entry. Now here I will do, if you will do -1, you will be able to fetch all the work notes you have in that particular record. But I just need the last one. So for that, I will do 1 here. And then I will do a glide record. So I will do gr equal to new glide record. Here I will put the table name of problem, and I will do gr dot add query. Now this is something we have to query the same problem record which is on the problem task. Now I'm sure, let's check the name of that field, the backend name. So if I go to the problem here, and if I open this one, I have this problem task. Yep, here's the field. So if I think I have to little bit make it smaller, and now I can take it. So okay, it's problem. So I will go to my script then. In this case, I will put that problem, and here you can do current dot problem. But here you have done problem. It should be sysid, not problem. You have to search for that sysid, and that sysid is in that reference field. So we have current dot problem. Now the problem is the field of this problem task which we are working on. So then we will have gr dot query, and then we will do if. So if that problem record is available, so we will do gr dot next. If that is available, then I will do gr dot work notes, work underscore notes equal to. Now you have to update it. So if you will do gr dot work notes equal to, and I can just do work notes. We are going to get this particular option here. So it will store the latest work notes and capture it in this particular variable, and then it will be populated here. So it will push that value to the problem record work notes, and I will do gr dot update. You have to update that as well. So I think this is the script. So let me just save it and let's do a testing. So business rule is created. And if I come here and let me just reload the form. And if I type here test work notes, and if I click on post, so it is posted. And if I go to my problem record, yep, we can see that. You can see it says test work notes. It updated automatically. But there was one more requirement. The requirement was it should also populate, because in problem record, you can have basically multiple problem tasks. So you have to know that from which problem task has been updated. So what I will do, I will go to my business rule now. I will make it full screen. Now here, what you have to do when you will do that, gr.worknotes, what you can do this work note is updated in, and here you can do current dot number. That's a problem task number. So I will do this work note is updated in current dot number, and I can just maybe I will do /n so that I can make it in the next line, and I will give yeah, I think this should be good. So this work note is updated in, we will get the number, and then we will have our work notes. So if I will save this, so this is saved. And if I come here and I go to the problem task again, test work notes with number, work notes with number. If I click on post, you can see we have this here. But now we will see whether it is updated in our problem record or not. And yes, you can see that it says this work note is updated and it shows the P task number, and also it is showing you the work notes. So the whole work note is here. Now, if you want, you can definitely cut these values. You have to use some JavaScript so that you can just cut these values. But as of now, this is the main, and you can also see the timestamp. Ideally, timestamp would be quite same because you are doing it right away. So if you want to show it, it's up to you. But if you want to just remove these things, because this is also showing you who is updating it, and I think this will also update it right here as well. So I think you can remove that. So as of now, you can see with the help of business rule, you are able to update parent record as well with work notes. So that's how you can achieve this kind of requirement, which is mentioned in scenario 5. So I hope you liked my video. Please like, share, comment, and share my channel. I will keep spreading the learnings. Have a great day.